Hello everyone, you are watching a new video in Best Deploy channel. My name is Thiago and today I'm going to present you SWR, Stay While Validate. So, created SWR. It was created by Vercel, the same team behind Next.js, that amazing React framework. And what does SWR do? It gives us best user and developer experience when fetching data. And the first release was in October 2019. SWR is a strategy to first return the data from cache, the stale data, then send a new request to update the data, revalidate the data, and finally update the data. So what does it mean? Basically, if the user enters in your application, SWR will check if there is data in the cache. If there is data in the cache, that data will be returned, and in the same time, in the background, SWR will make a new request to revalidate the data. So what does revalidate the data mean? Basically, the SWR sent a request, the request arrived, and now we have the new data, the data returned from the API, and the cached data. The process of revalidating a data is basically comparing if the data are different. So if the data are different, SWR will update the cache. It's basically a strategy to always have the more updated data in the cache, and after doing this, your UI will be updated because React is a reactive framework. And if there is no data in the cache, the SWR will behave almost like other fetch libraries. So SWR will check if there is data. If there is no data, that's the case we are talking now, the SWR will make a new request, and the result of that request will be stored in the cache. And when this finished, your UI will be updated. So every request is stored in the cache. First uses the cache, after validate the cache. You won't do less requests using SWR, because SWR, you put the data in the cache, but you always validate the data, and because of this, you won't do less requests. And SWR work together with other libraries, like Axios. So if you don't want to use a custom fetch library, the SWR will use the fetch API, the API to fetch data available in the browser, and SWR will use the fetch to get the data. And why do I need to use with other libraries? Because SWR works together with these fetch libraries to fetch the data. We already fetch the data, but SWR gives us a better way, a smarter way of fetching data. And when to use, it depends on your app. Is it always necessary to wait the data to load from the ground up? If it's not, so SWR it's a good deal for you. But if you always need to have the more updated data, so SWR maybe is not very good for you. And about the pros, we have a better user experience, because if the network of the user is slow, the user data will be the data from the cache. And if the user is offline and the user has a cache, the cached data will be used. And because it's a hooks, a lot of things is abstracted. So the developer have to write less code and build your application. And about the cons, I couldn't find one because we already fetched the data, but the SWR gives us a smarter way of fetching the data. So the SWR will not be a breaking change in your app. You can use SWR just in the parts that you want to use. That's the reason, because I couldn't find some kinds of this strategy. So this is the content for this video, an introduction to the SWR. In the next videos, I will bring to you some examples and some code to know how to use this library. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please touch the like button and subscribe to the channel to more videos. See you in the next videos. Bye bye.